Patch 1.0.15 has just been announced, dubbed Brave New World. With it comes migration, demerger for the SS1-2, and a whole lot of other good things. So stick around in this video as we're gonna dive into every single change, plus some extra things that have not yet been announced. What is going on, guys? MEOWER here, back with a brand new video. Patch 1.0.15 has just been finally announced, a brand new patch that will release on the 20th of April, dubbed Brave New World. This patch is going to make a huge overhaul to the game, and with this patch, considering it's the first global release patch to come out, I think this game is going to have a bright, bright future. So without further ado, let's break down the patch, and I'll give you some interesting information that I learned from talking to the customer service of Call of Dragons. First of all, they've finally announced the migration system. So the migration system is called the Division Migration System, which will be rolled out to servers once they have completed the first two seasons, i.e. Season 1 and Season 1.5. You will have a limited time, but before I dive into further that, you'll have the. Let me just explain it first, and I'll tell you the information I have regarding this aspect. Um, Once you have completed the first two seasons, you'll have a limited period to move between other servers, which will be 3 days, and the announcement will be 1 day beforehand. You'll have 3 days in order to migrate or set up for migration. The exact details are not yet known, but I'll tell you everything that I know so far. You will not be able to migrate to servers which have reached their limit. The player limit has not yet been decided, but I predict it will be around 100 to 200 players, maybe more, maybe less. We'll see depending on the power of the players and how the system they will have to put in place in order to balance things out. You'll begin the next season playing alongside the lords on your server. So what does this mean? Here I will show you a conversation I had with customer service in regards of this. It's first off, I start off by asking if I am in what it will cost. It will cost gems in order to migrate. It will consume a lot of gems for it. How many gems is not yet known, so we'll have to wait and see. And if I am in SS1-2 or in SS, so how can I join SS1-3? It will not be possible since we will both need to be in the same competition area. So for example, servers 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 are all in the competition area of SS1-2, so you can merge between you can migrate between all 6 of these servers for the next season. Now, how will they proceed to the season before next to that? We don't yet know. But as you can see here, when the season starts, the original one, so SS1 or that 01 will be disbanded. So this server will be completely disbanded. SS1-2 will finally be disbanded, and a demerger will happen. So what's going to happen is that we will all be demerged. We'll all select the server that we wish to return to. So I, for example, will finally return to server 5, my home kingdom with my family. And, well, if anyone wants to join us, they're more than welcome to. But yeah, moving on. All the previous servers will separate into some individual servers, but how they proceed after that is not yet known. How many gems is also not yet known, so we'll have to wait and see for further information. But for now, the basis of the demerger has been confirmed, and migration has finally been introduced. Moving on to the patch, they finally added the new Reserve Legions, which is the item that increases the Legion training capacity in order to greatly increase the number of units you can train per batch. The same item from ROK basically. They improved the display information for sources of artifact emblems, so where you can obtain more artifact emblems, and a skip feature directly to the Forge of Light. That's pretty a nice quality of life information, or a nice quality of life change overall. Overall, not bad, and they adjusted the Augerstone progress for Season 1. The Resurgence feature will be unlocked once Chapter 1 Faith of Evolve has been completed. So instead of having to wait for further Augerstone chapters to finish up, you can research from the first chapter, which is pretty good overall. In case you haven't been able to join your friends in the first region, you can join them right away instead of having to wait a week or two. Moving on, they have an even richer combat experience. They improved the Behemoth combat. Finally, Behemoth could be useful in the open field, because before the behemoth you could just summon it and have someone taunt it and it will be completely useless for the rest of the fight. Now there are only officers and alliance leaders. Beforehand, there was only officers and alliance leaders that could summon a behemoth, and there was no ability to complete control their actions. Now there is. They've introduced a Beastmaster title for the officers. This Beastmaster's only job is to summon and control behemoth. Leaders and other officers will no longer be able to do so. I like this change and I don't like it. I don't like the fact that only the Beastmaster can summon and control, but I do like I do like that, but I don't like that only he can summon and not the lead of the R5 as well. So we'll have to wait and see how that impacts the fighting, but I'm pretty sure it's a very good change since Behemoth will now be useful and they will have a tether range and the ability to control them. Improve display information regarding legions on the map, don't care. Adding unit type icon, decent. Added a merit distribution table for battle reports involving grabbing enemies. Okay, that's pretty nice. So now everyone will know how much merits they gained from rallying and such. And they improved the share feature for battle reports. Oh, that's nice. That's nice. The third change will be improved alliance system. They added the ability to zoom into the alliance leader location. So now when you go to your alliance, for example, right here, I can select my leader and I can click zoom in and I'll find him immediately, which is nice to know where your leader is. They adjusted the rules for replacing officers. There will be 15-minute window for changing any officer role. So if you want to give a title to someone, there will be a 15-minute cooldown right after changing titles. It's really nice, I guess. I'm not sure why that is, but maybe someone complained about it. I'm not really sure why they changed that, but a quality of life change nonetheless. And finally, one of the most important changes is that finally Alliance Core Fortress you will not be able to drop them in other zones. So this is that was a huge balance issue, which I'm super glad they finally changed. This is one of the biggest changes in a long time since the start of Call of Dragons, and I'm pretty sure it's going to help a lot of new players not get farmed all the way to their safe zone, and now it will help you fortify your safe zone. Have to like secure a zone or two right next to you, and that's it. Since it will be super hard to invade or get invaded in zone ones, which is overall very nice. But I do fear this might make Darlan extremely useless since Darlan has no access to Zone 2 from any other side, whether if it's from Lorcan or from Lorcan or Hollandale. Since only Novola and Forgotten Lands can access Novola and Forgotten Lands are the only two regions that can access Forgotten Lands is the only region that can access Lorcan, and Novola. Is there any other region? Novola and Sophrastia and Celtia are the only two other regions that can access Lorcan. So I think they should definitely add a pass here from Darlan all the way to Lorcan in order to balance the map out, because as it is, now Darlan is extremely useless. And Turbo starting. Turbo Swat starting. So we'll see if they consider that and change it at the very last minute. 4, Amior Beautiful Tamaris, improving visuals is always nice, including visual technology streams, don't care. Number 5, story content, add the ability to write narrative content, don't care. Added skip dialogues, finally. And one of the better improvements is adding Bakshi to the gold chest, which is big for free-to-play players since he was usually locked behind the wheel of Fortune event. But yeah, also don't forget to provide feedback because before the update goes live within 5 days, you're gonna receive a reward. So don't forget to give your feedback, and we'll help the developers out because the more feedback you give, the easier it will be for developers to uh, improve the gaming experience. And yeah, that's it for this video. If you have any questions, let me know. Don't forget to comment, subscribe, and share the video. And yeah, I will see you in the next video. Meow meow.